What's going on, Dave?
Just bolting this stone tray up to the edge of the guard. Final fit up. Got the side on now, got all the alignment done. So that's come up real nice. The gaps are really excellent on it. Come up more than better, I'm happy with that. Now we'll give all that a good block back, straighten it right up to get it perfect. And then we'll prime it again, that'll be ready for paint. And this bonnet, we've had a bit of a change of bonnets. The original one was no good. We persevered. What actually happened with it in the beginning was we got it, they'd already cut the hole out, and it was just not good. They'd sort of ruined the Rio of the whole thing underneath. So we persevered for a little bit, and then we decided no, for the longevity of the thing, we chucked the bonnet away, and the owners have found us another one. So what we've done is we've cut the centre of it out, and I'll give you a look underneath it to show you what we've done to reinforce it all. So we've then made up a reinforcement ring which we've welded in and put these two pieces of original bonnet Rio in either side. We cut them out of the old bonnet, positioned them all in, and then we've filled this back piece in, tidied it up. It's got a bit of 2-pack epoxy primer over it just to seal it up for the time for us, but now we'll finish fitting this bonnet up, the gaps and everything.
We're doing the final fitment now, hey? It's the exciting part. We can move on soon.
Yeah.
It's just all about the bodywork, rubbing, and yeah, just get it painted. So we've finally sprayed the right colour, what they want. You can't really see today because it's an overcast day. So that's the gunmetal grey they're going for. There's a lot of metallic in it and mica, but you can't see it today, so we'll show it on another day.
Pretty good gutsy colour.
But we had to spray out a few different colours, hey?
Yep. It'll really suit the car, I think, that colour. It's a nice, like I say, gutsy colour. Looks good from all angles, and it's a colour that you won't get sick of.
Yeah.
It'll look good. And he's going to put some Simmons on it, some satin black ones, which will go with this colour. It'll really enhance it. But no, I think they've made a real good choice with that. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And we've just got the bars. They're all sorted now. So we're going to give them one more rub, hopefully, if we're happy with them, and then spray them. And they'll be the same colour as the car. But they've come up an absolute treat. They're going to look awesome on this car. This will be the first one that's done like it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's pretty.
They'll look like, you know, it's been a factory produced part. The way they've done. And you flip the things over and you have a look on the back of them. They're just as good on the back as they are on the front. Achieving the finish that we really need to get.
Yeah.
Keeps everyone happy. Us happy, the owners happy. It's great.
Alright guys, so we got all that old rust. We got rid of that and made sure that it's gone. It's very important. I'm going to knock it back with the rotary orbital and then yeah, prime it. It's a good straight bonnet, so we're very lucky to find a bonnet like that. Alright guys, so I've got the primer on the bonnet. You can see where we welded it all in the top there. So now what I'll do is I'll rub this back and get it nice and straight. Another beautiful day today. Sun's out, the birds are all singing away. Alright, so back to the car.
Oh well, pretty well into the first stage of the rubbing there with this primer, and as you can see, done that quarter. There's a few little highs come up in it here and there, but that's only the very first rub.
So just explain how you actually, like what the process is now to make this nice and what you're doing.
Well, basically, we've got our primers on, or first coat of primer. So now we'll block all that back with fireboard or rubbing block and get it really nice. And then you just progressively move along the whole car, panel by panel. And then once we've gone around the whole car, we'll re-prime it, and then we'll give it another, same procedure, we'll go through that again. And that should be very close then to being straight enough to prime the whole car, the final rub and then paint. But you've got to be real particular at this stage to get that super straight now for the paint. And it just takes time. It takes quite a few hours and days to get this right.
And yeah, that's your name on it. So we like to do leave a good name, and we won't do those quick jobs for people. It's just not what we do. We like to do our best on everything we build.
You know, if you're going to do it right,
yeah,
do it right.
Make it mint. So when it rocks up, people look at it and go, man, that is mint.
Yeah. But it's all part of the job. But we know what we're trying to achieve at the end, and that's why we do what we do.
Yeah. So the bonnet's rubbed, and that's ready for another coat of primer. Starting to come up really nice. So we're coming over now, and I'm going to rub the front bar back, get it ready for primer. What are you up to?
Yeah, just about done. Getting around those little lines around that rear mould area there. Just fiddly little corner, so no big deal though. Get it cleaned up. And that quarter's just about ready to go for the next coat of primer and into this door. It's all starting to straighten up really well.
Yeah.
Same old deal, takes time, takes effort. You want a good job, you just got to put in the hard yards to achieve it. Alright, so here we are. Got these wheels lined up, the owners have brought them in. And of course, as you can see on the box, the good old Simmons. Can't go far wrong with them. And these are a new addition. They're a matte black 5-spoker. And they're going to look really, really super nice on this car. It suits the whole style of it. And the satin black with the grey metallic paint will colour code absolutely spot on. So yeah, the profile of the wheel's really good. It's gonna really enhance it. The 19s are just right for it. It's gonna be a nice fit up here around the lip, and the whole profile of the wheel and the body is just going to work really good. But when it's finished and all together, very nice. Good choice. Good when you get to this stage because you can see the job starting to really progress.
Yeah, no, that's right.
After all the hard yards, and then all of a sudden the paint's on and becomes a car.
Yeah, no, it's getting there. So we just keep rubbing, and I'm just having a warm cup of tea actually.
Yeah, where's mine? Huh.
And look, would you or wouldn't you? And but yeah, so I've just got the bonnets out there. It's in primer. It's getting a bit of sun today in the front bar. And yeah, my side's the same. I'm just rubbing it.
Michael's sitting there having coffee, basically doing nothing. And
It's actually a tea.
And somebody's got to do it.
Alright, so just talk about what the important side of all this is, Dad.
Well,
What you're doing here, so just with the block and
this particular file board.
yeah, and the reasons why we don't use rotary orbitals.
Well,
For this part of it.
The orbital is just it's a quicker and easier way to get the job done, and you can, literally, it'll just go across it as quick as that. And we don't have to physically do the rub. The machine does it for you, but unfortunately the machine will just skim across the top and it won't really get the highs and lows. It will to a degree, but it won't correct the problem. But with the old file board, at the end of the day, it's a bit more punishing for us, but it gets the job absolutely straight. And you can take your time. You can draw file, what we call draw file. There's a few different methods, but bit by bit, it brings all the highs up, and you'll find the little imperfections. And that's why when you hand rub, you find everything. A machine will, like I say, it'll do the job. It's easier, it's a quicker to the end, but when you're doing quality work like this, there's no real easy way around it. It's just labour intensive. And that's why we use these. That's what we call a file board. You've got smaller blocks, like just little rubbing blocks. There's round ones, sort of oblong ones. It depends on where you are. Like then you get into body lines, you've got to have those all really nice and true right through.
And the other reason why you use these is for the straightness of the paint.
Well, that's what we're trying to achieve. Away from start to end, you want, as guys call it, arrow straight or die straight in the trade.